Hey family, Wagwan. What is up, you guys? So today is story time.
So today we're giving you guys all the deeds and all the lowdown of how we met.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, baby.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel where we share our Jamaican journey of life and love with all of you. If it's your first time joining us, I'm Tonya.
And I'm Kemar.
And we're the Bonnicks. Thank you for watching, and if you are a returning viewer, as always, we appreciate your views. Don't forget to like up the video, share the video, and hit the subscribe button. Come on back. So today is going to be all about how we met. We're giving you guys all the juicy details of how it went down. Right? So you guys know I met Kemar in Jamaica. So it is your typical or cliche type story of tour guide meets tourist, but with a happy ending. And it's also going to be like a testimony of how God will move and have you questioning everything that you ever thought you believed or prayed for when he's really just answering your prayers. So I'm just going to jump right into the story.
Let's do it, baby.
So you guys already know, like, we met in Jamaica. So in 2015 is when we met. And a friend and I had gone to Jamaica for just like a short trip, Thursday through Sunday, just a quick reset. And on the second day there, we went to a spot called the Blue Hole. So I had already kind of like researched, things to see and do in Jamaica. And I came across the Blue Hole probably on YouTube. And back then, it was just like what we would call like a little hole in the wall. Like, it wasn't really this big tourist spot like it is now. Like, back then, it was just like really a pool, at the bottom, like just a river at the bottom of the hill. And so, all the reviews were like, be careful, like they don't really have any safety features. It's just some local guys, that will try to give you a tour, in exchange for money, da 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 da. So, but I was like, it was so beautiful. I was like, I have got to see this place. I have got to go here and see this place. So, so on the second day there, our taxi driver was taking us around and kind of showing us some spots. And so I told him I wanted to go to the Blue Hole. And he took us up there, and it had just started to rain. So my friend, she didn't really want to get her hair wet because we were going to swim with the dolphins the next day. So she was like, I'm not really ready to get my hair wet just yet, so I'm not going to get out the car. So I was like, well, no problem. Like, I'm just going to be here like maybe 15, 20 minutes, just get a couple of pictures, and I'm good. Like, I just really want to see it, because it's so beautiful, in the pictures and on the videos that I'm seeing online. So we pull up to the Blue Hole. It's just starting to drizzle a little bit. And so I get out of the car, and I don't even know like why, like my back was to you. I don't even know like when you came up to the car, because I got out and I was like facing the car, and I'm talking to my friend, and I turn around and there's this young guy, standing behind me. And what did you say?
I introduced myself like good evening or good morning, my name, or good afternoon, you know what I mean? My name is Kemar. I'm gonna be a tour guide, and I'm basically gonna take you around and just show you, you know what I mean, this beautiful river.
Yeah. So I was like, dang, he's so sweet. Such a nice little guy. And he's a cute little something too. So so he says, I'm going to be your tour guide. And so he takes me down and kind of shows me around. Is taking some pictures. And like, even though I can swim, like I still, like, deep water still kind of scares me. So I put on my life jacket, and I wasn't really swimming. Kemar was really like dragging me around through the pool, like, through the river.
Yeah.
So you were basically doing the swimming, and I was just kind of floating.
Yeah. So basically, as the tour guide. The tour guide is a strong swimmer, and basically, the life jacket, it just make you float, so you can just relax on your back. And basically, me did take care of the cave, right? Underneath the cave, and we was just chilling and we was just having a good talk, me I say, and basically me I try to get to know you, but
But I was just kind of like,
yeah,
I was
maybe.
kind of like standoffish because I was like, I'm just trying to get some photos and get back up to the car.
Yeah, and maybe underneath there, y'all say it look kind of creepy,
So yeah, the cave was kind of creepy because like the top of the cave is like right here, and it's kind of slimy in there, and it's like confined and small. So I was like, nah, I think I'm good. Like you can get me out of here. Like I got some photos, and I think I'm good. Like I'm ready to go.
So, she has said she ready for go, but for the little time when me and her did it, like it was just so soon. So that's how I make my money, by touring and letting people have a good time. So she just get few pictures, then I take her underneath the cave, and then she has said she ready. So me I say, this is very soon. So me and her did a whole a vibe, and then me know you have a natural part over like over in a little corner where the rock is like the rock just there and the water runs off, and when you go and sit on the rock the water run and beat in your back,
Yeah, it's like a
up at these
massage.
places up your shoulder part. Yeah, and give you a good body massage.
Yeah, hold up. You was like, you don't want a massage? And I was like, a massage?
Yeah.
Like, this dude really think he about to give me a massage. But he was talking about the water massage on the back.
Yeah. So then, me do like son, carry her over the body massage and make her sit down, and when she sit down she start getting comfortable. And it was like, ooh, you know what I mean? So I'm
This
like,
is nice.
yeah, so me I said, oh my God, this is the peace of mind that I want you in. So, we was talking, and I see that like I can't see everything, you know what I mean? But from what I see that she's a nice, Katanya, my wife, is a nice person, you know what I mean? So it was just right there at that moment. I know that something is different about this lady. I have to know her, you know what I mean? So, yeah, so I was just talking to her. She was just telling me about her daughter, her trip to Jamaica with her friend. So we was just talking about life, you know what I mean? So
I probably was asking you some questions about Jamaica and how you guys live and just different stuff. We was just holding a vibe, like just real chill, real cool talk.
Yeah. So as I said, it was just something different about her. So I asked her how long they gonna be here, and it was just the two ladies. So I was just asking her like about her life. As I said, do you got an husband? You know what I mean? And she was like, because we was just laughing and just joking, just having a good time from ever since I take her to that little water massage thingy. She got real comfortable. She didn't even. That she ready. So yeah, so I asked her, where's your husband at? You know what I mean? And she was like laughing, you know what I mean, saying she don't got no husband, she here to find one. But maybe she was just taking it for a joke.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But I was like just vibing back, me and her, and I'm like, well, your search is over. Here's one, you know what I mean? So we was just there just chilling, you know what I mean? Just shooting the breeze, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't even realize like that's what I was saying. Like my friend was like, everywhere we went and somebody said like, where's your husband? I was like, oh, I'm here to find one. I didn't even realize I was doing that or saying that. So, but that just goes to show you like how much power the tongue has. So it's something that I had wanted, but I wasn't really like in Jamaica looking for it. I was just having fun, you know?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, we was just there at the river just chilling. So then she said maybe she gotta go. Then we kind of wrapped up the tour, and meanwhile we up at the vehicle. I tried to exchange number, with her, and I was just asking she and her home girl, like, it's a party, if they want to come to a party in the neighborhood, or maybe it was maybe after we leave the neighborhood we could go to the club.
Yeah.
Or something, yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'm good.
You know what I mean?
I was like, nah, I'm good, but it was nice meeting you. Thank you for the tour. I gave him a tip, and I went into the restroom to change my clothes. And unbeknownst to me, while I was in the restroom changing my clothes, my girlfriend gave him the number. We had like a burner phone to the villa that we were staying in, and she gave him the number to the phone. And when we got back to the villa, the phone kept ringing. So I was like, who in the world is calling this number? Like,
it was in the night.
No, it wasn't in the night. It was during the day.
Man.
And I was like, who keeps calling this number? Like, somebody must be calling the wrong number. And she was like, girl, that's probably that dude from the Blue Hole, because I gave him the number. And I was like, what? She was like, oh, she said he liked you. He was so sweet and, genuine and nice. And I was like, girl, that dude looked like somebody's kid. Like, I'm old enough to be his mama. You gonna have me going to jail down here in Jamaica.
In Jamaica, man. Age don't matter. Once you mature, you know what I mean?
No, but Kemar looked much younger. Like, he really looked like a teenager. And if you've ever been to Jamaica, then like, most of the guys there, the younger guys, like, they're, working in these places where they're swimming, they're doing a lot of walking or running and, eating fish and fruit and just eating healthy. And so they look much younger. Like, your skin was so smooth, like a baby's butt. You remember I told you that? Yeah, so I was just like, girl, please, like, you gonna have me going to jail down here in Jamaica, and these people crazy down here. I am not trying to go to jail in this country.
Yeah, and I was calling a lot of time. You guys, you wasn't answering. I was like, yeah, I know you ain't play me like that. You know what I mean?
So she was like, let him, like, take us out somewhere so we can, just have fun. So I finally picked up the phone, and he was just like, you ladies want to go to a party? And I was like, nah. I said, we good, but we were kind of like going back and forth. And then I was like, well, tomorrow we're going to swim with the dolphins, and then we're going to go to Margaritaville tomorrow night. So you can meet us there. Because, me, I'm like, we're meeting somewhere safe. Like, we ain't going to no party up in no community with this dude. Like, we don't know him. And I done heard all these bad things about Jamaica. Like, they gonna kidnap us and try to get some ransom from my family, or they gonna kidnap us.
Not everybody in Jamaica like that, baby, because
they're gonna kidnap us and chop us up. Yes, but I was just going by what I heard about Jamaica. So I was like, we ain't going nowhere up in no community with this dude, So I was like, you can meet us in Margaritaville, like, because it's our last night, so we just going to have fun. So he was like, okay, I'm going to pick you ladies up. And I was like, nah, we're going to catch the taxi. Like, we have a private taxi driver. He's going to take us down there. So I was like, you can meet us in Margaritaville, and we're going to go there. And so we went to Margaritaville about 8 o'clock. And you were like, you ladies there already?
Yeah, because I was like, that is too early. The party don't start in Jamaica like till 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, in Jamaica, they don't even get started until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. It's getting bubbly, So that's when the party's getting hot.
So we were already there, but you still came. You was like, okay, I'm going to be there soon. And so you came maybe about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And, so we met up. We was just, chilling, having some drinks and just kind of hanging out because, after hours, Margaritaville turns into like a club. So, yeah.
They sell food in the day?
Yeah, they sell food during the day, and at night it's like a club.
So,
Yeah, we was just like hanging out, you know, chilling, vibing, having some drinks. We were just kind of like talking and, you know, having like good conversation. And my friend, she likes to dance. So she kept going out on the dance floor. She was doing her own little thing, like, you know, dancing and, you know, hanging out with whoever, you know, who was dancing on the floor. Cause, you know, it was like guys that, you know, they be dancing and stuff. I don't know if they're professional dancers, but, you know, it was like a group of guys that like to dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was going out there dancing and having a good time. And she came back over to the table to have a sip of her drink.
But when she come back, we was all booed up, baby. We was holding that and showing them how we was holding that.
We was locked like this.
Like a high school reunion,
close,
baby.
We was booed up.
Yep.
And she was like, I know y'all ain't holding hands. And she started laughing. And she went back out on the floor and she was dancing. And she came back again and she was like, I know y'all ain't over here holding hands like y'all in high school.
Mm-hmm. I said, girl, call it a high school reunion.
And we have been inseparable since that night.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we were holding hands, we were booed up and just having a good time. Like, this was my man. And then it was time to go, right? So, well, first of all, we kept calling the taxi driver because we were having so much fun.
Yep.
That we kept calling the taxi driver and we were like, we're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. And he was kind of getting like agitated. Like, you guys still ain't ready? Like, you up in there with that veal meat? Yeah, I think he was kind of like mad because he was just like trying to like let us know like pretty much like that's how the guys do in Jamaica. Like, these younger guys, they kind of like prey on like the women or the tourists that, you know, come to Jamaica.
No, baby, it was something different about you, baby. You know what I mean? Even when it go even both ways, like, it's not like Jamaican prey and these tourists. Sometimes these people just come to Jamaica. They come to Jamaica to have fun too, you know, because maybe they heard about us down there. You know what I mean? So
Heard what?
they just heard about us, baby.
Heard what about you guys?
Mr. Lover, lover.
Really?
Mr. Romantic.
Oh my God.
Fantastic.
So they heard about you?
They heard about us.
Because,
baby,
you know, I'm
down
sure
there,
you
baby.
have women come through the Blue Hole all the time. You know, tourists come through the Blue Hole. So he was just kind of like trying to warn us, like, that's what those guys do, you know. So we kept calling him saying, like, we're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. But, you know, he had his family, his wife and his kids at home. So maybe he was kind of agitated because he was ready to go a long time ago. So finally about 2, 3 o'clock, we were like, okay, we're ready. We're coming out. So I'm telling Kemar, like, it was nice meeting you, nice hanging out with you. Thank you for the tour today. Like, you're a really nice guy. And, you know, so see ya.
But, you know, it wasn't going to go down like that. You know what I mean? Like, I was telling her, girl, go over. You know what I mean? And
when we were getting in the taxi.
yeah, and I definitely shoved her over and I go into the cab with her.
And I was like,
yeah,
where you going? You can't get in here.
Yeah, she was definitely looking at me like I'm crazy. But,
me and my friend both was like, where you going?
Yeah, you know. I take that crazy look, guys. And I was just there just chilling. Me and her was just talking until we was just kind of like...
And his friend was with him too, so he was getting in the taxi too. And we were like, his friend got in the front.
So I just roll on because we was already having a good night. You know what I mean? So...
yeah.
And then we reached to that
yeah,
place.
We go back to the villa and we just kind of like hanging out and chilling and vibing, like listening to some music and still just kind of like talking. And we had like some wine and stuff that, you know, we had to finish drinking up. So we were just kind of chilling and holding a vibe, like, you know, just kind of chilling. And so we were like, okay, we got to, you know, get our stuff together for our flight the next morning and whatnot. So the next morning when we were getting ready to leave, again, I was just kind of like, well, thank you for, you know, such a good time. You know, it was nice meeting you and hanging out with you and everything. And then, did you ask me for my number?
Yes, we did exchange numbers.
We exchanged numbers, and I was just kind of like, you know, I really like this villa, and so I would like to come back over here. Like maybe, you know, you can kind of like show me around and, you know, just kind of like be friends, so to speak, you know, because I definitely was not looking at him like this was no future love interest. Like anybody that knows me knows like this right here is like completely and totally out of my comfort zone. Like,
it is now though.
because like I was the type of person, like my life was so controlled, like this never would have happened, right? But I was just in like a different mind space, and I had so much fun, even though I didn't really want to go to Jamaica. But that's to show you how God moves, you know what I mean?
Blessing,
and how he
baby.
works. Yes. So we ended up exchanging numbers, and you was like, you know,
If you know about that app called WhatsApp, you know, because we can't call straight down there
yeah.
in Jamaica. That's gonna kill us. No, that's a killer down there now.
Yeah, so I was like, I never heard of WhatsApp, but you showed me what it was, and so I downloaded the app, and you were like, let me know when you reach home. So when I came back that night, and I texted him and let him know that I had made it home safely, and he called me.
Yes, I did call you, baby, because I want to make sure that you reach home and you made it home safe. You know what I mean?
Yes, and so we ended up talking on the phone for hours, like maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Yes.
And we were just talking about stuff. Like, it didn't even feel like I was this older person or he was this younger person. Like, we were just talking about everything from like life to like his family, my family, how he grew up, how I grew up, and like, you know, Jamaica and America, just stuff. We were just talking. And I still was like not even looking at him like no love interest. I was just thinking like, damn, this dude is like really cool. And if I ever go back to Jamaica, like he could be like my personal tour guide. Like he's a really cool dude. Like really, you could tell he was genuine. And we just had like we just connected. You know what I mean? Yeah, we just connected, and it was just a vibe, and the conversation was just flowing, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, and I would call you basically every night I would call you, and then we just, as you said, we just talked about life. It was just something different about you. You was just different. You know what I mean? Ever since we start conversing, then I invite you back down to Jamaica because I want to get to know you more. You know what I mean? So you was just different. You was just special from the get-go, baby.
Yeah, and like I said, I still wasn't even like really looking at him like that, even though we were having these conversations. But in my mind, it was like, no way. Like, because clearly I'm older and, you know, he was younger. And I was just like, this is not happening, you know? So I still was kind of like, I guess like in denial. I was like, nah, no way. But, you know, he's cool. Whenever I go to Jamaica, like we could hang out, you know, he could show me around and everything. So you invited me back down.
Yes, I did.
And I went down the next month in May.
Yes.
And he was like, you don't have to really like spend any money staying at one of those villas or hotels.
I'm big on savings, you know what I mean, too.
Yes, you
so
are.
I was just telling you that because we was talking for like, what you said, like a month right there.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get to like, we talk like every day, every night. So I was just telling you, you didn't have to go to an hotel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could come and stay at my house, but maybe you didn't quiet, like you was getting to know me, but you didn't ready to come and stay at my house as yet.
Right. I was like, we cool, but we ain't that cool.
Yeah.
Like, I still don't know this dude. And I ain't staying at his house because I knew you guys had a dog. I could hear like the dog barking when I would be talking to you.
Right.
And I was
That's
like,
how it goes in Jamaica too, you know?
Yeah.
Almost every yard got a dog.
Yes, but I didn't know what kind of dog it was. But I would hear the dog barking, and you know, you said you guys had a dog, and I was like, I ain't staying with him because I had like this vision in my head, like Jamaicans are still crazy, and this dude is going to lock me in the room and sit the dog outside the door. and take my passport and call my daughter and be like, they want some ransom money.
Oh my God.
So I was like, I ain't staying with this dude. But you were really like insistent. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, you don't have to stay in like one of those places. Like, you're going to be safe. You're going to
I'm
have.
determined, you know?
Yep. You were like, you're going to have like your own floor because, like, tell them about the house that you stayed in.
Yeah, because it was like my uncle. It was his dad's house. And it's like a 3-storage
Yeah.
building, you know what I mean? The first level, the second level, and the last
Like a lot of the
level.
houses in Jamaica are, some of the houses are like 3 stories, but each story is like a full house. Like it has like a living room,
A kitchen, a
bathroom,
bathroom.
bedrooms.
Yes.
So each
A
floor was
hall
like that.
where you go and eat, where you go and dine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kemar stayed on the bottom level of the house. So he was like, you're going to have your own space. Nobody's going to bother you.
Yeah.
And he even like showed me like video when we were talking. You would go around and show me the house and see, you're going to be safe. And so I don't know. It was just something about him that was like comforting.
Yes.
You know. And so I agreed. I was
Because
like,
you got to win somebody's trust. You got to let somebody trust in you and
that's what you was doing.
Comfort, you know.
That's what you was doing.
No, but that's it too. You know what I mean? If you ain't win that, you can't win.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna win. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So so he was showing me video of the house and everything, and he was like, "You're gonna be safe." And so I finally agreed, and I was like, "Okay, like I'm gonna come back and I'll stay with you." And I went back the next month. And the rest is history. I stayed with him that weekend, and we just had a good time. You showed me all around.
We go to the market. We do a lot of things that Jamaican do. You know what I mean? We walk to the market.
Yeah.
We catch the cab. We go home. We cook. We go to the beach.
Yes.
We go to the party.
We had a really good time. Like, Kemar had like one of his friends, because you got a car shortly after I met you. But the first time I came back, Kemar had like one of his friends that was a taxi driver. He was kind of like our personal taxi. He took us around everywhere we wanted to go.
Whenever you would be there.
Yeah, and it was just like really nice. Like he cooked for me and like really just showed me like true Jamaican hospitality. And I really had a good time. Like I really enjoyed it. And so I came back up, and of course, we kept talking. And by now, like I'm developing feelings, like really starting to like this young man. And I think the next time I came back, you took me to meet your mom.
Yes, that's in Spanish Town.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we went to Spanish Town, and you took me to meet your mom. And I was going down like every couple of weeks, and we were just becoming like really just like close and just comfortable with each other, And I was like, I think like by then everything was like maybe by the 3rd month, like maybe by July, like everything was kind of starting to wear off. And I was like, damn, I kind of like this dude. And I was kind of like, the denial was coming off. You know what I mean?
Talk it, baby.
Like, I like this dude. Like, he is genuine. He is cool. And really, when I met your mom, I was just like...
That's the icing on the cake.
Yes, like, I see that this dude is really genuine. Like, I see where he gets it from. Because his mom was very hospitable and just, even though, like, when you first told her about me, she was just like, what? But and my mom, well, at that time, my mom, they didn't really know about you.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, my daughter knew because, I had to tell somebody I was going back to Jamaica.
Okay.
But she really didn't know much about him, so they didn't know that he was younger or anything like that. But, yeah, so by then, like, everything is starting to wear off, and it's like, I really like this dude. So kind of like by July... Maybe, I don't know, like, when we really started talking about, like, marriage, because, like, this is the other...
Because even me, I was telling you, like, it's not like I was shoving to get to America. I was telling you at one point that you could come and stay with me in Jamaica.
Yeah, you were like, is there any way you can move to
Yeah.
Jamaica? And I was like, no, I got a job. Like, I can't just quit my job. Like, what am I going to do over there, you know? But, yeah, so.
Like the islands is good too, you know what I mean? If you
It
got a
is.
good job, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because
But I was like, I couldn't
you've
just
been
up and
there,
leave
you
my
know
job.
it, you know. It's the food is healthy and
Yeah.
yeah, I love it down there at the time.
I know. Kemar was like, if we could leave today, we would be back in Jamaica.
Man, for real.
So I don't even really know like when exactly we started talking about marriage, but this is another big reveal about us because we met in April of 2015 and we got married 7 months later.
That's sinking you all.
Yeah, that's heavy to kind of just lay on somebody, so I'm letting it sink in. We got married 7 months later, and I guess it was probably like, I think it was around Labor Day weekend that I came, maybe like the end of August, beginning of September, and we were just kind of like out and about in a town, and we went to the shopping center.
Yeah.
And unbeknownst to me, like Kemar had already gone to this jewelry store and was talking to them about like, you know, rings. And so
It was a surprise, baby.
Yeah, we were going to the shopping center and we were walking up the sidewalk and Kemar like turned around and was like, what size did you say you wear? Like, what size you wear? So I guess we were kind of talking about it. And but nothing like set in stone. So he was just kind of like, what size you say you wear? And I was like, in what? Like t-shirts? Like, is he taking me to buy a t-shirt? Like, I didn't know what we were doing. He opens the door to this jewelry store and my mouth just fell open. I was just like, oh my God, like, are you serious?
So yeah, guys, she was definitely shocked.
I was.
So all I had to do is just walk over to the lady because she was expecting us. You know what I mean? So
you had already been there before.
Yeah, so she should expect us. Let me make sure when did I come. Yeah. And then she just started the ring sizing.
Yeah, she was like, we're going to size your ring finger. Like, he's already come in and told me all about you.
Yeah.
And so she sized my finger and I was still like in shock. And then like a couple of days later, we went to the Blue Hole like early in the morning before they opened, before anybody was there.
And because I picked up the ring myself. I just needed you to size it. Yeah. So I didn't need you to pick it up.
Yeah.
You know?
So we went to the Blue Hole and it was like early in the morning before anybody came. And I'm thinking like we just going to swim. And he was like, we're going to go to the Blue Hole early, you know, in the morning and catch a morning swim. So I was like, okay, cool.
So we go to the Blue Hole that morning and it was just me and my wife there early in the morning. And that's what I wanted, you know what I mean? So me and her was just down by the river just chilling, you know. I try to have that little box in my pocket. So she knows it, you know. She be like, what's that little box in your pocket? So, you know, she didn't know it was like a little box. But she saw something in my pocket and maybe was asking me like, what's that? You know what I mean? I was like, that's nothing, baby. Like, you know.
I was totally like just oblivious. Like I had no clue.
Yes.
Yes.
So we was just swimming and we was just chilling and having a lot of fun. And remember the same cave that you said it was creepy.
Yes.
That's where I take you and we was just there just.
Yeah, you were like, just relax, relax. Like the water's a little bit lower, so the cave ain't gonna be creepy. And so I was like, okay. So I'm just going with the flow. Like it's just us two, so I'm just going with the flow. Hell, I didn't know what we was about to do in the cave.
Yeah, so we was just underneath the cave just chilling. And then I take my time and take out that little box out of my pocket with that ring in it. And for some reason, maybe your face was that way.
Yeah.
And then when you turn around back this way, you know what I mean? You turn around and bucked up into that ring. And I
Like,
was
it was
like,
really like how
yeah.
you see in the movies. Like, I was totally oblivious, and I think I was kind of like, it was like some fish, or like little baby fish, or little small fish like swimming around. So I was kind of like
they
freaking
will
out,
give
like,
you a
oh my
fish
God,
pedicure, though.
ew. So I was kind of freaking out, like, oh my God, it's fish in this water. And, you know, because I didn't really like the cave, but I didn't know what was about to go down in the cave. But we were just chilling. And then I just turned around and he has this ring out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh my God.
Then I asked, will you marry me? You know? And my baby say the word. My baby was kind of freaking out. And she, you know, she say the word. She said, oh yes, you know what I mean?
I calmed down. And so it was just kind of like surreal that like this is really happening, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it happened so fast. Like, I was just still kind of like, still kind of in shock. Like, I can't believe like I've actually gone to Jamaica, somewhere I didn't want to go. I've actually met this young guy over there. We're vibing so well. Like, is this really happening? You know, like, I go to another country, I meet somebody, and in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking like how Stella got her groove back right. So I'm like, is this really real? Like, is this, you know, but he was so genuine and everything was just flowing. And so we started like kind of planning for the wedding. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we set a date in like May for, you know, our families to be there. But we actually ended up going to, we still had a wedding in May, but we ended up going to RGD, which is kind of like the Register of Deeds in the States, to get married. So we went there in November of 2015, 7 months after we met, and we got married in just some shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's how it went down. Like, I went to Jamaica. I met this handsome guy. And we talked on the phone. I went over there to visit him every month, every couple of weeks, and, you know, tried my best to get to know him and his family, his mom, especially his mom, because she's the sweetest. And I stayed with him whenever I went. And I just got to know him. And the rest is history. Like, we got married 7 months later, and then we had a public wedding in May of 2016 with our family.
Yeah, that was held in the grill.
And that was in the grill. Yeah, yes, that was in the grill. Yes. So our anniversary, so typically in the past we celebrate the anniversary in May, but now we've come around and we would privately celebrate the anniversary in November. Mm-hmm. But now we kind of celebrate both. So our anniversary...
Ain't that a blessing?
Yes, it is. So our anniversary is coming up next month. And we're going to Mexico. But I'm also going to share like just some photos from... I'm going to do a video on the wedding so that you guys can see, you know, when we got married and everything. Because it was nice. It was really nice.
It was.
And unbeknownst to me, like, when Kemar's family found out he was getting married, everybody wanted to come.
That's how it is in Jamaica.
Yes.
Like, a wedding sometimes is kind of like, you know,
a big deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of people want to go in.
Yes. Yeah. So, but it ended up being really nice with a lot of your family there. So, yeah, so that's how it went down. So you didn't
remember when we was planning to, and I take out my money and you was running, said you don't want no drugs dealer?
Yep.
Yeah, yes, guys, she was running. I take out my money, my hard-earned money. And Katanya said she don't want no drugs dealer. I was like, girl, look. You trying to get me to go to prison or what?
Because I'm thinking, like, where
Right.
you get, like, money from like that? You know what I mean? But Kemar is always, like, a saver. He will save his money. And even when,
Guys, she says she don't need no drugs dealer
oh my
now.
God, even when he got the ring, like, he had worked and saved his money and went and got a ring. And I was just, like, so impressed because he wasn't asking me for anything, you know? So I was just, like, so impressed and just smitten with him. Like, just smitten with him. Like, I still am.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just something about you. Like, he's just genuine and, yeah, just smitten with my boo. So that's how it went down. Like, I went to Jamaica. I met this young, handsome guy. And we got married 7 months later. And the rest is history. So even though you hear those crazy stories about how Stella got her groove back and women going to Jamaica and meeting these young guys and marrying them and whatever, you know, the case is, like, I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, this has been like the best experience of my life, you know? And
I appreciate it, baby.
yeah, I was really in like a different mind space when I met Kemar. And had I not been in that space, I could have missed out on this true blessing. Yeah.
If you did go to another country, you would missed out. So you
Yeah, I
see.
would have missed out. But that just goes to show you how God works. That I didn't even want to go to Jamaica. And Jamaica ended up being a place that we went to. And I had such a good time that I love Jamaica now. Like, I can't wait to buy a house over there and spend like so much time over there, you know? So that just goes to show you, you know, how God will move in your life because I went against everything that I thought I ever believed in. Like, no way that I would marry somebody younger than me, marry somebody from another country. But I took a chance and, like, I wouldn't trade this experience for nothing. Like, I went to Jamaica and I met the love of my life.
I met the love of my life too, baby.
I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. I went to Jamaica and I met the love of my life.
Tonya come to Jamaica and I met the love of my life.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade this experience because I've dated guys like my own age, and none of my relationships can compare to the experience that I've had with Kemar. And so I just wouldn't trade it, you know? And I feel like everything happens for a reason and everything happens the way it's supposed to. And so we ended up going to Jamaica for a reason. And that was because God had something there for me. And as I said, you know, I feel like He placed us in the same place at the same time for us to meet because we were both what each other needed,
At
you
that
know?
moment, baby.
Yes.
Yes.
Because, you know, even though like you're a true like patriotic Jamaican, you love Jamaica and everything about Jamaica, you would be there right now if you could. Like, you were able to come to America. And even though you weren't really living like bad in Jamaica, but you were able to come to America and build a better life for yourself. And I was able to meet you and you were able to like help me slow down and like smell the roses in life, you know? And so, yeah, so that's how it went, guys. That's how it went down.
Yeah, guys, that's how it went down. So I met the love of my life and she met the love of her life. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace out, guys.
Peace out.